This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm delighted to be across the border today to be joined by an old friend, Jason Easton. Jason, it's been a while. How you doing, mate?
I'm alright, mate. How are you? You good?
I'm very good, thank you for asking. I've came up here today so we can just sort of tell your story, so to speak. It's been a good while since we caught up. A lot's happened. Obviously, last time you were in the ring was the Glenfoot fight a couple of years ago now. I think it's best we just sort of establish a timeline of sort of what's gone on in that time. So we'll start there. The Glenfoot fight, a great fight, domestic fight of the year candidate. Obviously not the result you wanted, got stopped in that fight. But what a lot of people didn't know is in that fight, there was a lot of stuff going on sort of in the background, in the lead up to it. A lot of headspace being occupied for yourself. Can you just tell me a bit about the lead up to the last time you were in the ring?
So, on the lead up to the fight, like mentally and physically, I wasn't really in a good place. Like, I had a lot of stuff going on. I was in and out of court, like with the incident that happened at the time. Me and my ex were falling out. I couldn't really concentrate on the fight, to be honest with you. And you know as well as any, like, it's me, like, my weight was always good. Like, on the week of the fight, I was always maybe like 2 kilo over the weight. And the week before that fight, I think I had to lose something like crazy, like 5 or 6 kilo the week of the fight. I just couldn't get off, and my cut of my shit, like, you know, like I wasn't drinking much water, I was drinking too much coffee, and that kind of caused the migraine during the fight. So when Glenfoot put me down round 2, got back up, went back to the corner, migraine started, and for 9 rounds, fighting me basically a bloodiness on the left side of the vision. I was asked at the end of the round, do you want to be taken out? And I was like, nah, because I knew I still had that fighter's chance. So round 8, almost got him round 8, hit him a good shot. Glenfoot was just so tough, just kept grinding me down, and they got me in round 11. Fair play to him, big respect to him. But after the fight, the doctor, obviously I'd heard in the corner that I had the bloodiness in my eye, so we went away and got a CT scan. On the CT scan it showed like wee blips in my brain, but this was like directly right after the fight, so there was going to be wee marks there. Took a lot of big shots. So I think a couple of months after they made me go and get an MRI scan. MRI scan come back perfectly fine. There was no damages, no sign of chronic subdural hematoma is what they call it. Like bruising, bleeding in the brain, there was nothing like that. Neurologist brought me in and said everything was fine, fit to fight. My doctor said I'm fit to fight. Had to go and get a proper eye test, went to Ross Halls for that, everything passed everything. Everything was totally fine. The boxing board then said that once I finished my community work and everything else from court, they were going to give my licence back. I was to go through like the yearly, get bloods taken, brain scans, everything else. So I passed it again. So then I had 2 MRI scans, everything was fine. Eye test, everything was fine. My neurologist, the expert, he said like, you're fit to fight. He's like, it's the reason for your last fight was a migraine, lack of water and coffee, which I know. Like right after the weigh-in, I had 3 coffees, which is terrible. Like I never ever do. Like I said, like my head mentally wasn't in a great place, and I wasn't focused. Like I had the biggest fight in my life, and I wasn't focused on it. You've got to be 100%. I wasn't 100%. So then, after I got my scans and that everything was fine, the board then said I was to go through 6 doctors' opinions from the boxing board. So then 3 said it was fine, 2 were 50-50, and one at the 6 said no. This was only like a couple of weeks before I was meant to be fighting. One said no, so then I went back to the board when they made the final decision, and they said no, because I had the history of migraines. They didn't want me fighting, even though like medically and physically and everything was totally fine for me to fight. They then still refused me to fight, so here I am now.
Just to sort of go back to that time after the foot fight, you mentioned going into that fight you were potentially facing prison time. That was in the back of your head. You had this awful weight cut, had the migraines during the fight. We've spoken about it before, but not on camera, and I appreciate you saying no holds barred today. We can discuss things like this. That time in your life, how difficult was it to bounce back from that defeat in the biggest fight of your career, a potential breakout fight, everything that came with that as well, court hearings, everything like that? What can you describe that time in your life?
So right after the fight, like, to be honest, it was quite hard to take. Like, I was right depressed, and I was coming back here right through this flat, right in my back room. I was greeting, like, most of the time, like, most days I was greeting, and I come across my new girlfriend Mel Knight, who's at this point she's 28 weeks pregnant, having a wee girl. She's due in May. She helped get me through like this last year, even though like I was doing all my community service and stuff. She was helping me with money, funding, everything. Like, literally, she was telling me, like, don't work, I'll help fund you, keep everything right. And I was struggling at it. When they told me like I wasn't getting my license, I was like, I was doing, but she's like, listen, there's more to life than boxing. And I realised that, like, I've got my wee boy's 8-year-old. I've got a wee girl on the way, and I'm happy now, you know. I'm in a better place, like, mentally, and like, I know you're going to bring up BJJ. I've come across Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at CV Jiu-Jitsu just over the road there, the DJ team, with Ben Fletcher, and I've been doing their training with Ben and Lorenzo Parenti, and I fell in love with it. The weekend there, I had my first competition. I've only been there since September, I think it's like 4 or 5 months, and I won gold. In the Scottish Open, I had 4 fights, so everything's going well with that, and that's helped keep me focused on something else. You know, like I had the 4 fights on the weekend, and it was like boxing again. You know, like that adrenaline, that buzz. It's like that. So like that's what I missed. It wasn't anything else or the money or that. It was just that buzz. Like, it makes you feel that happy way, and Jiu-Jitsu's given me that again, so I'm in a much better place now. Even though it was shit losing my licence, I'm happy now, you know. I'm in a good place now.
Where are you at with regards to your thought with boxing now? When a fighter is told they can't fight again through, you know, no choice of their own, it can quite often be almost like a grieving process of what next, trying to fill that void. You mentioned you found jiu-jitsu now. In your first competition, you've just became Scottish champion. How hard was it to fill that void?
It was quite hard, but like I say, like, my girlfriend helped me through it, and Gary Young helped me through it a lot. Like, it's a shame because Gary put a lot of time and a lot of effort in me, like, over this last year, and we were really confident we were getting it back. Even though there was always that chance like I wasn't getting it back, Gary was like, we never got it, but Gary put a lot of time and a lot of effort into me and stuff, and he said, like, even losing my licence, because he was in the same position as me kind of thing, he lost his licence and that, and he said, you've just got to stay positive and realise there's more to life than boxing. And like I say, he's one of these guys that kept me positive and got me through it as well. So it was hard, but just got to let it get on, mate.
If anyone's sort of on that whole situation of the last time I spoke to you, we talked about this journey you'd been on, sort of the rebuilding process you'd had in your life. Last time we spoke, I think it was 6 months ago, and you were obviously still hopeful that you were going to get back in the ring and that there would be no issues with your licensing. You passed your brain scans, everything like that. Just on that, did it come as a surprise to you when they said no?
It did, because Billy Nelson kind of made it clear like I was getting my licence back as well. He filmed me with a load of lies. Basically told me like this last year I was getting my licence back. He was helping me. Like, even when they said like I wasn't allowed to fight, he didn't even fight my corner. You expect your manager to fight your corner, like, even though I was medically fine, he didn't know what to fight my corner. So it was a shock, you know, because I thought I was getting my licence back, but like I say, I've just got to deal with it now. Just got to get on with it. So that's what it is.
You mentioned you had this great support network around you during the hard times, whether it's your missus or your family, etc., helping you sort of work through this. Last time we spoke, you spoke of the importance of opening up on mental health issues as well. We spoke of your late friend Conor Law and the importance of opening up. To those watching this, in the position you've been in where you've came back from, how important is it to just talk if you're struggling?
It's very, very important. Like, see, like, most days, like, I'd come in here and I'd cry and stuff. I think it was one day, like, I'd went back to my mum's and I was crying my eyes out, and I told them, like, everything I was feeling like suicide and stuff. Like, I was to that point. I was feeling really down and depressed, and but I totally forgot. Like, I'd said any of this. It was like when I was really drunk. So I woke up next game on, and my wee brother and my mum and my family, like, they were phoning me constantly, like, let's go for coffee, let's go out, and I'm like, why is everybody being, like, so nice? And my brother told me, he's like, do you not remember last night? He's like, he was talking about, like, suicide and how depressed and stuff you were. I was like, shit, man, I got a wee bit upset and stuff. I was like, I have, like, been feeling like that, because I've been coming back here, like, to my room on my own, you know. I never really had anyone, to be honest. Like, I had my girlfriend and stuff, but she never even knew, like, how depressed and stuff, because I wasn't speaking to her. But like, how I feel doing, because I still, even now, like, I still have my days, like, I feel really down and depressed. Like last week I felt really down, I had a wee cry at myself and stuff. But now, like, I speak to my girlfriend, or like I phone my wee brother, and like, he's like, listen, everything's got to be fine, stay positive and that. So for me, like, speaking to my family and my girlfriend, my brother, everything else, like, they've helped me massively, like, get through this last year when I've been down and depressed. So, like I say, it's very important that you do speak to your family and speak to one's closest to you, like, if you're ever feeling down, because they'll help you get through it. There's always a better day than one, you know.
Now, I know you've been spending a lot of time with your little boy in the last year. You've got a girl on the way, as you mentioned. Congratulations, by the way. You've got your girlfriend there and this great sort of network of people around you. For you now to have all those people around, you're enjoying jiu-jitsu, among other things, you're working. Have you just sort of put boxing to bed now? Have you accepted that's that with the sport?
Yeah, like, people keep saying to me, like, you can appeal it. Like, because the boxing board made that clear, like, you can appeal it, but I'm like, over this last year, it must have cost me like £2,000, like £1,500 to £2,000, and there's no one helping me. Like, I had all these sponsors and stuff, like, were funding me during my boxing stuff. Where were they when I was doing? Like, not one of them helped me, not one of them reached out and was like, listen, we'll help you, we'll help fund towards you getting your license back. Nobody helped, so I'm like, I can appeal and try and get my license back. Maybe it cost me, say, another £500 to £1,000, or a couple of £1,000, because I think the boxing board said that I've got to get somebody's expertise to go and sit in front of the board, and that would be my neurologist. So I think if I was to get my neurologist to sit in front of the board, it would cost me an absolute fortune, because for half an hour to see him, it cost me £300. And it was, like, again, it was my girlfriend and myself that was sort of paying it. And to be fair, Billy Nelson, actually, he helped me towards get my scans and stuff as well. I'm like, do I waste money on that again, appealing for boxing, or do I spend time with my family and concentrate on my wee girl and my wee boy? So I'm like, fuck it, to be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. So
now, obviously, you've had your success. You've got the medal there from the Scottish Nationals, your first tournament. I don't know if you want to show the medal to the camera briefly. It is just out there.
Oh, I was sitting a bit.
You need to hold it up a bit higher. There we are. So Jason won his first medal in jiu-jitsu, making waves in another sport. For you, obviously, you're enjoying the jiu-jitsu at the minute and sort of staying in the combat sports sort of area. Is it on your mind now that you've got the boxing under your belt, the jiu-jitsu's getting there, maybe MMA or something down the line?
Yeah, I think so. I've been doing a bit of sparring with Lorenzo Parenti, who's fighting the end of this month on the 29th. I think it's maybe like his 13th MMA fight now, and he's looking like a beast. Like, I've been taking him on the pads, I've been helping him with his boxing actually. I'm going down and take him on the pads and stuff, and he's looking really, really good. I'm excited for that. So, and I've been doing a bit of sparring with him, so it's been giving me that, maybe on the back of my head, like, I might do it at the end of this year, but right now I'm focusing on BJJ. I'm not going to jump right in there, because a lot of boxers, when they do give up boxing, they jump right into MMA, and that's a big mistake. And I've been doing this sparring, and once they get a hold of you, like a good wrestler, like his than Khabib. If somebody like Khabib got a hold of you, there's nothing you can do. Not even somebody at that level. I'm just saying, a half decent wrestler that gets a hold of you, and you don't know any wrestling, don't know any ground game, you're in trouble. Like, so unless you land that one lucky punch, then you're in a lot of trouble. So right now I'm concentrating on jiu-jitsu side and my ground game, and we'll see where things go. But I think that's something I probably will end up doing maybe the end of the year.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on a couple of people you know well away from yourself. Scottish boxing at the minute is thriving. Obviously your good friend Josh Taylor has just gone from level to level to level in the last couple of years. He's now unified world champion. You've known Josh a long time. You've shared bills with him. You've shared gyms with him, etc. Do you and the bevy, of course, yeah. Do you think Josh has it within him now to go on and become Scotland's first undisputed champion since Ken Buchanan?
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely. I remember watching him. We were in Bosnia, in Herzegovina. It was the first sort of big tournament I was at with him, and he absolutely dominated the weight. He I think he stopped 2 to 3 of them, and the guy that he beat in the final, he gave standing counts, and the guy was number 5 in the world, and that's when I was like, he's gonna be the best of the best now. I just can't see anyone beating him right now. I thought he was gonna have a lot of, even though Victor Apostle gave him a hard time, but it just keeps getting better and better. And so right now I don't think I can see anybody beating him. Hopefully he can go on and beat somebody like Terence, I hope he does.
A couple of the Scottish fighters, Lee McGregor's someone you've known for a long time. We saw him in there with Cash Farouk, a big fight for Scottish boxing in the past few months. Close fight. Lee got the nod. Cash has signed with Matchroom. Lee's on his way as well to great things. Do you see that rematch being a big fight for Scotland when it inevitably takes place? A huge fight for the country?
Yeah, I think so. I think the first fight was a great fight. I'd actually bumped into Lee a while ago, and I was drunk, and I told him I thought Cash maybe nicked the fight. I don't think he was happy. And I love Lee to bits. I think he's absolutely an incredible fighter. I think technically he was better in that fight, but he just got outworked, I think. It's a very close fight, but it's not to say that he won't beat him the next time. I just thought personally, I'd rather be honest with him, because the good mate of mine, I'd rather have been honest with him that time. But I'm lying to him. I just kind of said it when I was drunk, because it's the worst time to say it. But no, Lee McGregor's absolutely frightening class, and deserves to be British champion, regardless of if I think he won the fight or not. He deserves to be British champion. I've known him for years and travelled the world with him as well, and I know how talented and how amazing he is. So, and I think he can go and win a world title. So.
Just one more I wanted to get your thoughts on, Jason, before I let you go. I was in Newcastle yesterday with a press conference announcing Lewis Ritten's next fight. Lewis Ritten is sort of well on his way, someone you've shared bills with, someone that you've trained alongside, you know very well, and fought. So he's going to be fighting Miguel Vazquez, another person you've shared a bill with in the past when he fought Josh Taylor. Tough opponent to look good against by all means, but do you think it's a nice step for him to see where he's at before he looks to push for a world title maybe?
Yeah, I remember I fought him in Petticoat Bay years and years ago, and he come out, and I remember the first round, and he hit me with this jab, and I'm not even kidding. I was getting hit with a stone, I felt like someone had hit me with a brick from the side. It was hitting me so hard, and I was like, whoa man, and it was constant, so I moved around, and every time he hit me with this jab, it was oh cool. I was like, Jesus Christ. He just kept hitting me with this jab. I think the third round was my better round, but by the time the third round come, he had beat me. The first 2 rounds I was out on my feet with this jab. Beat me with the jab. Lewis Ritson is an absolute class act, and I can't see him not getting beat. I can't see him not beating Vazquez, especially now. Hopefully he goes on and wins a world title, man. Wish him all the best.
Jason, we've been sat here for about 20 minutes, so I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm just going to leave the final word to you, for everyone that's supported you in the last sort of torrid couple of years and helped you get back into the good place. I must say it's great to see you happy and healthy.
Yeah.
what message would you have for them if I leave the final word to you?
Just a big thank you, like from everyone from the very start, not just from my professional career, but my amateur career, and to now, like my jiu-jitsu, like I put a post up on Instagram, and the amount of comments and feedback I've got from everybody has been absolutely amazing. So thank you all, I really appreciate it.
Jason, thank you for your time. I'll see you soon, mate, and take care, and best of luck with the little one on the way as well.